Live! Stop the bloody music, DJ. That's right, we are live, building up to the latest one out of the Championship. It is Blackburn Rovers. It is Swansea City, and it's live. That'll be a little bit later on, around about an hour and some. But of course, we've got a small matter of the pre-game, of course. We'll look forward to the team news. We'll look forward to chatting with a couple of Rovers mafiosos around the globe. But today, let's get into it, because it's been a bit hit and shit for me at the moment in my real world with my doggy drama, Lunas. You know, some days good, some days bad. It's very hard. So I haven't done a preview, but I have for a preview right here, right now for you guys. So let's get into it, of course. And if you are new, make sure you bang the old subscribe, of course, as we build up to kick off. So here we go, looking forward to the game. And a busy week for Rovers, because we have the small matter of a trip to London. That's right, on Wednesday, the 1st of, remember the 1st of November, Chelsea, because Blackburn Rovers are coming at you. But today, it's Swansea at home, of course, trying to do the Welsh double in the small matter of 8 days. And we're taking on Swansea, and it'll be live at Ewood. So let's take a look at the game then. Of course, to preview the match, take a look at our coach. This is mainly for any Swansea fans watching this. JDT is our manager with a 1.65 points per match ratio. He's managed to get Swansea twice, did the double last season, hoping to continue that run this time around. Our most valuable player, according to Transfermarkt, it is, of course, Tyrese Dolan. That's right. He is around about 8 million euros. 27 players on our books right now, 9 foreigners. 3 national players, and average age of 23.3. That's the Rovers, a bit of a breakdown there. These are, of course, those players, and we're going to see some of them, of course, 11 of them at least in action, whilst that should be between the sticks. Earlier this week, Rovers did have their team photo. Everybody, no matter how fit or how unfit they were in that photo. We saw Ainsley Pears with his crocked foot wrapped up in a big old ski boot, and others. So maybe they dragged Sam Gallagher from wherever he is as well. They were all in the photo, of course. But these are, of course, a mixture of the no Dom Hyam. We believe he's out for a considerable time, at least a month. So James Hill will probably be there. Carter, Wharton, Costello's been playing. Pickering's been playing. Callum Britton's been playing. In fact, we've been playing 2. Probably expect 2 for all 6 of these defenders to feature in some way or form. Of course, JRC will probably be in midfield. We expect Callum Britton on the right. Both of those guys scored last time around, so we're hoping for that little rich vein of form to continue. Into midfield, again, Travis getting closer, Hedges out long term. Sigurdsson will probably play, I'm sure. Moran edging closer as well to start. He was injured last time around. I think it was tactical move. Again, we expect to see Dolan, maybe Wharton getting involved. Smodic, Tronstad has been ever present since we've been on a nice little run right here. And up top, of course, don't just ignore the forwards. Just ignore them. There's no point because none of them play anyway. Of course, let's take a look at the stats then heading into this game. Of course, this is the main man, Sammy Smodic, got 7 goals on a bit of a dry patch right now. We're getting goals from elsewhere. JRC's been highly involved, scored back-to-back games for him. Can he go for the third? Of course, he's all the way up there now into the third highest goal scorer for Rovers this campaign. Arna's got 3 as well. Leonard might be involved. I think we'll see. At least I think he might even be on a bench. I think I'm going for a surprise pick on the bench. We'll have a look at my predicted team news very, very soon, and then of course we'll have a look at the actual team news when we get it. The main man though has been Sammy Smodic, got the goal, 7.38 on average performance via SofaScore. James Hill, the loanee, surprise loanee. Everybody kind of turned their noses up when they saw who's James Hill. You know, nobody had a clue who he was, but he's coming here and he's done an absolute fantastic job at right back, and of course can play at centre back. Hedges, of course, had a good start, but got injured. Blocks him as well. Wallstatt, Hyam, and of course the chasing pack. Let's take a look at, of course, the summary. 6.97 on average for Rovers heading into this. We played 13 matches, scored 20 goals, conceded 22. That's, of course, something that we're trying to rectify. 2 clean sheets at the last 3 matches. Probably could have had a 3rd clean sheet, bar that spaghetti fingers there by Wallstatt in the last game. Goal scored, 1.5 goals scored on average. We've hit the woodwork 6 times. We've had 1 penalty, I believe. I honestly can't remember where that penalty was. I know Sigurdsson, he missed a penalty some point. It might have been the EFL Cup or not. Of course, we'll talk about the EFL Cup in a minute. 55.8 possession for Rovers on average, just the 1 red card. And again, my brain deceives me. Who was that red card? Again, if you know, let me know in the comments. We have a couple of comments in there. Sorry, I don't know, ignoring you. What is that administrator jabbering on about? Anyway, let's kick it on forward. Let's take a look at the resume for Rovers heading into this on the back of 3 successive wins, 1 goal conceded over the last 3 games. The couple of games prior to that were a little close to the money, bar that Leicester one. So we did beat Millwall 2-1 last time around, Cardiff 1-0 last time at Ewood, and of course a 4-0 away win against QPR. What's coming up ahead? We do have that Canada Cup match just around the corner against Chelsea on Wednesday, where it's a free hit, right, guys, as long as we don't get tonked. And then it's Norwich. I should be behind the camera for that one on this one. Then I think I'm going to hand the baton over to one of our superstars, of course, Philly Pete, for the Preston game. I think I'll be traveling back up on that day, so I don't think I'll be able to do that. And then it's an international break again. Goodness gracious me, when we take on Stoke and then Birmingham City. All I would say, besides the Chelsea game, are decent. We're playing them at decent times. Norwich going a bit of a bubbly patch. Again, they are hit and miss right now, Norwich. You just don't know which one's going to go ahead. Of course, North End will be tough. It's a derby. They're flying high. Stoke, on a bit of an uptick right now, but winnable. And, of course, Birmingham City with Wayne Rooney FC. That's probably where I get his first victory. Whoa, what am I doing? What do I do here? Panic stations. There we go. We'll opt for that camera there. Of course, this is my expected starting lineup. We'll get that confirmed in about 8 minutes. I got Wallstatt. I got Pickering, Wharton. That's Scotty Wharton, Carter, and then Jimmy Hill on the right-hand side. Siggy on the left. Callum Britton way out wide on the right. Smodic, Rankin, Costello, and Tronstad. We have Tyree Stone up top. But again, that's just my pick. So don't get too excited, because it's probably going to be way off the money. But what about our visitors then? Let's take a look at Swansea. Going to probably play in their pink jerseys. Of course, Michael Duff is the manager. 1.57 points per match on average. That's in his career. He's been at the helm since July 2023. The most valuable player according to this is Loney Charlie Patino, valued around a cool 12 million euros. He, of course, was at Blackpool last season. Played more of an attacking role than he has been this time around, more central located. 23.9 as the average player age. Of course, 34 players on the books, 25 foreigners, and 3 national players for Swansea at the moment. Let's take a look at those players then. Of course, Andrew Fisher, ex-Rovers. They're not number 1 nowadays. Carl Rushworth has taken over the top jersey there. Of course, then you look at the likes of Ben Cabango. He hasn't been involved really. Harry Darling, of course, is a quality centre-back at this level. We might expect Bashir Humphreys to start. There are some other names in here that are this the defensive ranks that are not in here, not listed here. They are probably more pushed forward for Josh Key, of course, will be at right back. No, Joe Allen's been not involved. Charlie Patino and Grimes have been playing in central mid, so we'll probably see those guys. And up top, so you got the likes of Jerry Yates, of course, can score at this level, has done already. Josh Ginley can be very creative. Jamal Lowe, we know about him. Liam Cullen, linked with him in the summer, has been playing. And of course, the Ukrainian option as well. The goal, well, actually, what are we looking at here? The goals. Well, the goals have been coming from Jerry Yates. He's got 4 for the season so far. Jamal Lowe's got 3. And then Grimes, 2. Darling, Humphreys, and then the chasing pack, of course. The standout player, though, has been Matty Grimes from midfield, 7.28 on average. Harry Darling with a 7.13. Bashir Humphreys, 7.12 as well. And the chasing pack as well. Let's take a look then at their key figure, 6.90 on average is your Swansea player. 13 matches played, 19 scored, 18 conceded. So the defense is pretty tight. So there might not be too many goals in this one. 14 assists, 1.50 goals a game as well. Penalties, 2 for 2. So they've been pretty sticky in the old penalty box there. Possession-wise, 53.1% possession on average. One red card this season. Just 2 clean sheets, though. They've been very tight at the back, but just 2 clean sheets all season. Let's take a look at their resume. They come in just on the back of a 1-0 home loss to Watford. Prior to that, 3-1 loss to Leicester. So back-to-back home losses, but their away form is where they, of course, are pretty savvy. 3-1 winners at Plymouth. We got absolutely tonked by Plymouth at their gaff. They did beat Norwich as well, 2-1 win, and also a 3-0 away win over Millwall. So decent away form for Swansea of late. What's coming on around the corner? They do take on Sunderland. That's, of course, next weekend back in Wales. Then, of course, Ipswich Town, a tricky fixture before the international break. And then, of course, following on from that, a brief interruption, Hull City at home, Leeds United away, and Huddersfield Town into the month of Christmas time. It's December. It's so bloody close. Let's take a look at my expected lineup then for Swansea. We have Rushworth in between 6 time in at left back, Humphreys, Darling, and Josh Key. Jamal Lowe left, Cullen right, Patino. We have Patterson and Grimes and Jerry Yates up top. That's my expected lineup, but we'll see if we're right in about 4 minutes' time. Get your stop clocks ready. Of course, let's take a look then at this game in a bit more detail now. We played each other over the last 6. We've won 3 of them. We've lost 2 of them. And we've also drawn the 1. Last time around, it was a 1-0 win. And, of course, by the only goal scored in the 89th minute. We love to see it. Daniel Ayala, of course, recently signed for Rotherham United, of course, as they try to patch up the defence. We did the double over Swansea last time around. We did the double also with back-to-back clean sheets. Of course, and our record against them at Ewood is pretty savvy as well. Of course, unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. We'll have a look at the grand scheme of things over the last 20 or 30 fixtures shortly. Of course, let's take a look then at our home form compared to their away form, and this is where we're going to start seeing a bit of a swing for Swansea here. Rovers' home form has been a bit hot and cold, as you can see, literally hot and cold. It's that win 1-1 loss 1-1 loss 1 sort of routine going on, and if you want to follow, if you are a believer in those sort of matrices and those kind of patterns, guess what? We're staring at a defeat right here, right now, as we're going to continue that according to this matrix right there. But on the flip side, well, no, not really on the flip side, to strengthen that case, Swansea's away side is pretty decent. Back-to-back wins, decent ones as well, scoring goals as well. Scored 6 goals in the past 2 away games. They've on a right bit of an uptick right now with the away form. What do we have? This is what we can expect from the game then. Of course, a lot of strengths, a lot of weaknesses, especially from the Rovers' point of view. Our strengths, counter-attacks, strong. We're very strong using through balls and using chances through individual skill. Coming back from losing positions, that's something we didn't see last season. Scoring chances and protecting the lead. Our weaknesses, though, defending against skillful players, counter-attacks, aerial duels, very, very weak. Well, of course, pretty weak against offsides, avoiding offsides, set pieces, long shots, and stopping opponents scoring against us. Our style of play, though, is possession football, short passes, and we do attempt through balls often, and we do have a consistent first 11, especially over the last 3 or 4 games. As for Swansea, their strengths, they prefer to come down the wings. They also like to attack via set pieces, which, of course, is one of our Achilles' heels. The weaknesses, though, defending against attacks down the wings, protecting the lead, stopping opponents from creating chances. Aerial duels, also a weakness for Swansea, and avoiding individual errors. Their style of play, short passes coming down the left-hand side. They do like to play the offside trap. They play in their own half, and they also are pretty non-aggressive. The forecast, Rovers will stray offside often. Swansea will score from a set piece. Rovers make a comeback if they go behind and will create many, many scoring chances. That's I don't know if that's what we want to hear, but anyway, Alan Blackwell's coming in with a cheeky 2-2 draw. Wow, we were Adam Davey. with a 4-1 win. Let's get them in the show there. Of course, Alan Davey 4-1. And then, of course, Alan Blackwell with a 2-2. Both of you guys expecting at least 4 goals in this game. Take a look at, of course, the form then, of course, in a bit of a graphic. 3 wins on the spin for Rovers, which is pretty good. Up against Swansea's back-to-back defeats. Is that right? It is right. Of course, the values of the squad. Swansea do have a more expensive valued squad, but again, maybe that some of them loanies play into account. They have a better market value as well. Their average age is older than ours. They have more foreigners and more youth national players as well. Let's take a look at, of course, the grand scheme of things over the last 13 matches in both home and away. Hi, mate. Not excited for this game. Elijah George is not liking this one. He's not liking the build-up. There might be something bubbling here, but I'm not going to try and look into that. I'm going to try and look into some positivity. We've been playing well. We've been decent. Goals come from elsewhere. So let's try and believe, because I know Chelsea, we're going to get tonked as much as we wanted. I know we shouldn't be talking about Chelsea now, but you know, when the draw happened, Chelsea were really shit. Now they're on an uptick of form, and I do think they'll give us a bit of give us a game, or at least make us look stupid. Anyway, played each other 13 times to 11. We got 5 wins for Rovers, 4 wins for Swansea. We got 4 draws, of course, and we are on a 67% run at the moment, winning 3 on the bloody bounce. Meanwhile, Swansea are back-to-back defeats. Hopefully, we can run into that a little bit. Our biggest win was a 3-0 win, scoring 20 goals in 4 matches, 1.54 goals a game. Up against, of course, Swansea, they've scored also their biggest win, 3-0 win, scoring 19 goals in 30 matches, 1.46 goals a game. The bookies think it will be a Rovers victory, 11-10 for them. 14-5 is your draw, 11-4 is your away win on this one. Let's have a look. What else have we got going? This is what else is going on in the chapter. I don't know. I've not even looked at the scores right now, but Southampton are playing Wayne Rooney FC. Should we have a little live look? A live look at the scores right here, right now. Come on then, spell. I can't spell. I'm under pressure. We'll have a look at those in a second. Well, it's not looking good anyway. Leeds United, of course, up against Huddersfield. Of course, both Southampton are winning 2-1 there. Leeds United are beating Huddersfield 4-0 as of right now. Then, of course, Hull City, Preston, Sunderland against Norwich, Cardiff against Bristol City, Middlesbrough against Stoke, QPR against Leicester, Ipswich Town against Plymouth, Watford, Millwall. We have Sheffield Wednesday against Rotherham, Coventry against West Brom, and of course the game of the day is Rovers, and it is of course Swansea City. Of course, quick look at the table then. Of course, as we see right now, Rovers are in 11th, Swansea in 19th, but Rovers could actually jump into the playoffs if we actually go 3rd technically, but I think Leeds are just about to do their business. Of course, this is our journey so far. We are the green, as you can see. We've tipped over just near the 10th in the table mark. Swansea again having a hot and cold kind of season. We're about to go live shortly with, of course, Philly Peters standing by. He is, of course, Super Brew champion, current champion. I mean, we'll talk about that in a minute. Clark, of course, top goal scorer. Armstrong as well. Smodic breathing down your necks. Of course, key assist makers as Leif Davis from Ipswich. My score prediction will be I am backing the Rovers here. I'm going to go with a cheeky 2 to the W on that one. That's my cheeky prediction. What about Philly Pete's cheeky prediction? How are you, W, doing, Pete? Where are you? And of course, what's going on?
Hey, Dirk. How's it going there? It's Pete here. I'm live at Rose Tree Park in the great Delaware County, Pennsylvania, southeastern PA here. A little bit further from you here, but still across the pond. Lineup's just out there doing good. And yes, Dirk, it is a good day to be Philly Pete. A good week. We've won the Super Brew. It's round 13. We're pretty happy. We're pretty ecstatic. So it's just kind of, we're living off of that. And we're just hoping, that we can do it again this week. And, I did predict for the Super Brew predictors out there that the Rovers would win. So I'm hoping that my predictions will continue and see through today yet again.
So the team news is in. There's breaking news, team news right now. We have, of course, I'll read it to you right now, just in case you haven't heard it. Hopefully you can hear me. We got Walshtat, we got Jimmy Hill, we got Carter, Scotty Wharton, Pickering, Tronstad, Rankin Costello, Smodic wears the captain's armband, Britton, Sigurdsson, and Dolan is the team. So one change, Scotty Wharton coming in for Hyam, who was injured. It was declared, of course, by JDT during the pre-press or whatever. So what is your take on that team news? Anything startling? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dirk. I can hear you loud and clear. And yeah, lineups, it speaks for itself. The lineup has been staying true. It's, that one change, we know the Scotsman took a little bit of a knock there. But Scotty Wharton, he came in and he did good stuff there. He's back from injury himself, so hopefully it can continue. I think the team lineup is looking good. I would say, maybe on this game we'll be looking at the opposing squad's lineup more so. Because I think with the injuries, it's just kind of we know what we're going to get unless we're throwing somebody out there and giving somebody a little bit of a rest. But I don't know really just at this moment who would that be. Samir doesn't seem to be getting the call up just yet. Maybe we'll see him get some minutes at the end of the game, but the lineup, yeah, everybody contributing there. We saw during the week 16 goal scorers this season. So who will be the 17th? Who's left to score there, I think, for the Rovers is the question. And, we predict each week who's going to score, but it can be anyone these days, which is exciting, and I'm glad to see. So, I would look. Can you give me the Swansea lineup there? How are we looking over there? I'm interested to hear the Duff side of things.
All right, well, I'll chuck that at you right here, right now. It's actually on the screen for those watching at home. We've got Rushworth between the six, Darling, Grimes, Jerry 8 starts, Jamal Lowe, Jamie Patterson, Josh Timon, Charlie Patino, Liam Cullen, Harron Ashby, Bashir Humphreys. I think there's just one difference from the team that I just did on the preview. So that's that. Of course, Andy Fisher, ex-Rover on the bench there. Of course, Matty Grimes is a ex-Loney from Rovers. Christian Pedersen, some other Ben Cabango. No, Liam Cullen starts, of course, a player that was heavily linked with Rovers. So that's the Swansea team. Will you be spending any time with any of Swansea City Jacks at all? Are they coming down to your local to hang out?
There's word that a couple Jacks might be making their way down to the Hilltown Tavern there. Just north of Center City to meet up with us. We haven't heard if there's going to be a run of things. We know the Rovers are the big fan base of City, Philadelphia, but there might be some Jacks in town. There used to be a bigger, stronger fan squad, Jacks-wise in Philadelphia, but they all moved to New York or so. So that, the New York does seem to have certain Premier League championship, strong fan base foundations there, but we know what Philly runs blue and white down here, but we may see a couple string through. I would look at that Matty Grimes thing, Patino starting, they kind of feed off of each other there, so hopefully we can bat that off. I do think Swansea, they're deceivingly better than they are. There's 2 losses, one of which was against Leicester City, so we can't fault them there. And then they had the disallowed goal there on Wednesday. So I think Swansea will be up for it, and I think we got to watch them here. I think similarly to Cardiff, a strong squad there last week, but we were able to take that one. Can we do it again today? And I think we look at the manager there, Duff, coming in, and these managers, they're getting the heat on them. Everybody's getting the heat on them, and they're coming into Rovers, and then it stays on them here after a game or so with us. So hopefully, we can see it through here today and put even more heat on Duff there on the Swansea side of things down there in Wales.
All right, and of course, I know I'm just getting a little bit excited myself because Chelsea just around the corner. What are your thoughts about that on Wednesday? Of course, 1st of November. Remember, 1st of November as Rovers go to Chelsea. Do we have any hope for that game?
I think we always have hope for sure, especially with JDT at the helm. The Blues, though, they better watch out. We know what we did last year. We did it against the Hammers. We did it against the Foxes. So we are the Giant Slayers, and we're coming in with a good run of form here. 3 games coming into today. Can we make it 4 and really build up the momentum coming into Wednesday? I'm not sure. I know Chelsea hasn't done that too good this year, but we'll see how they do over this weekend, to give them a little boost. But they may be sitting a couple players there, similar to the squad, the Cardiff of the Cup, they kind of put on their whole second team. If Chelsea puts in their whole second team, that gives us even more of a boost. So, I don't know, Dirk. I think, it would be really nice to get a TV shout out there on the Wednesday game there for this big broadcast, but it doesn't look to be so. But, yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully we can – we know JDT loves these cup runs, and he's going to be up for it. So, I think he's going to put something on there.
All right, now switching back, of course, to today against Swansea City. Like you said, tricky game. We don't know really what to expect. And, of course, Swansea's form has been hot and cold and, very too sticky away a previous performance. But what are your predictions for today? Can this run continue for Blackburn?
Yeah, I think, Dirk, we've been giving up early goals in a couple games now, and we did it in Millwall again in the 3rd minute. We did it against, 3 other games, I think, this past year, where in the first 10 minutes, we need to be careful. We need to hunker down and keep it from going down. Somehow we've crawled back into it, usually within the next 10 minutes or so. In the Millwall game, it was the 23rd minute, and we're all tied up at 1. But Rovers need to stop giving up that first and early goal. They need to bring it down, and if they could do that, I think this could be whoever gets the first goal. I don't know how lucky we can get about coming back into it after giving up that first one. So if Rovers can get that first goal today, I think Swansea will then take a step back. Duff will play more conservative. He doesn't want to lose 3 or 4-0, and we know JDT's men like to score. They like to have chances, and they're going to want to do more, so they might have to hunker down themselves in order to not lose 4+0. So my prediction today, I'm going to say it's a 2-0 win for Rovers here today. They're going to do something. I know we don't have Hyam at the back, the stalwart, but Scotty Wharton going to step up, and the guys, they'll come through for us.
Okay, and of course the recent run is good for Rovers. 3 wins on the bounce. JRC has got his own run. 2 games, 2 goals. Can he get a third today?
JRC, Joe Rankin Costella, is a man on a mission. And, can he get a third today? That's a bold prediction there, Dirk. That's a bold prediction, but I would love to see it. I think, he might pass the ball. He might give that giving back, feed it to somebody else today, and he might pull a couple of the Swansea men. They might be looking at him, JRC. He might be in their pregame and thinking, we got to watch out for JRC now. And somebody else might get open, and Arner might come in, the Iceman. He might put something in the back of the net free because JRC's getting everybody around him now all of a sudden.
I appreciate that, Pete. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Looks quite sunny, quite nice where you are. And I'm actually heading up to PA tomorrow morning, so we'll see what we can do.
Dirk, I just got to say there, appreciate for the Super Brew. Mission accomplished, but the mission continues. And, we get the yellow hat as the victor, so we got the yellow hat today. Oh, Dirk, you should
Wow, look at that. Tremendous.
Round 13 victor, Dirk. Round 13 victor. More to come here, Dirk. I appreciate the time. We'll see you on the next one, Dirk.
All
Good
right,
luck
be
today.
safe out there. I'll catch you very, very soon. That's Pete, live with the yellow cap, flexing his prediction muscles, kicking ass and taking names. Of course, before we bounce out of it, let's recap what's been said in the chat. Adam Davey going with a 4-1 win for Rovers. He's backing their boys. Alan Blackwell, though, not so much. Going with a Desmond 2-2 there. Meanwhile, Mad Dogs PC's gone with a 4-0 win as well. So everyone's expecting a high goal count today. I'm not so sure. We got Nell. He's gone also with a Desmond 2-2 as well. Our Swansea bogey team for us. Maybe the long, like in many recent years, but the past handful of years we've seemed to be okay. But I don't really want to kind of spell that out for us or put that on the wall there because they might just raise their game. It's a winnable game, and of course it's also a losable game. So a draw. I don't really want to draw this game because it is at home. We need to get like JDT wants to turn this into a fortress, and hopefully our recent a bit of form will roll us into this. I'm pretty much probably going to duck out of this right now. I don't think Jacob's going to make it because he has actually had the game, tread the boards, and hopefully if he can press record, he'll catch us a vlog for the action today. But anyway, I'm going to get myself out of here. Maybe even put a bit of cologne on because it is actually. Where's my? Got to get ready. It's Halloween. Maybe I'll get some spooks ready for you. I don't know, though. I don't know. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you smash the like, smash the subscribe. And again, big thanks for Pete for giving up a bit of his time on this Saturday morning, of course, in Pennsylvania, as we build up to kick off. I'm going to go. Until then, I'll see you very, very soon in about 30 minutes right here at Blackburn Rovers. But until then, we're out.